Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. On this occasion, we're once again going to discuss several leaks that I've managed to find, and honestly, they're pretty interesting to talk about. As usual, all of this information comes from sources that are considered fairly credible. But before we get into the discussion, running out of stellar jade and Honkai starrail? Don't worry, there's a more budget-friendly solution. Now you can top up in-game safely, quickly, and at a lower price through U7 Buy. And it's not just Honkai starrail, other games are available too, all in one place. Still not sure? No problem. You can check U7 Buy's reviews directly on Trustpilot, so it's transparent and trustworthy. For comparison, 80 oniric shards cost around $100 in the official store, but on U7 Buy, it's much cheaper. The process is also instant. Just select your server, enter your UID, and the balance is delivered straight to your account, no hassle. Don't forget to use code BOOM for a 5% discount. Click the link in my description or pinned comment to visit U7 Buy. Alright, now let's move on to the main topic. Previously, we discussed the possible paths that the two Fate collab Part 2 characters, Rin and Gilgamesh, might follow. This time, we'll once again be talking about a character whose arrival has obviously been highly anticipated by many players, namely Himeko SP. But unlike our previous discussions that mostly focused on gameplay and mechanics, this time we'll be covering something equally interesting: information regarding Himeko SP's model and visual appearance itself. As usual, all of this information comes from fairly credible sources. So without further delay, let's jump straight into the discussion. So, a few hours ago, Seal Leaks suddenly shared a pretty surprising post. In that post, they shared two images that supposedly showed Himeko SP's model in quite a lot of detail, starting from the outfit she would wear all the way to the weapon she would use. In the same post, Seal Leaks also included the original source of the images, which came from a Tieba user named Ningjuan. Ningjuan himself uploaded the two images on Tieba with a caption stating that the images were allegedly Himeko SP's character design, with the source supposedly coming from the internet. Now, I need to emphasize first that the word allegedly in that caption clearly indicates that this design is still unofficial and has not been confirmed in any way. Even so, there's still a fairly high possibility that the design is actually accurate. Unfortunately, when I tried checking the original source again on Tieba, the post could no longer be found. Ningjuan's original post had already been deleted, and this apparently happened only minutes after Seal Leaks reposted the images. Most likely, the deletion was done as a form of self-protection. Because of that, it's really unfortunate that I can't directly show the original Himeko SP model in this video, since doing so could potentially put me at risk as well. Instead, I'll be showing an illustration that I tried to make somewhat similar using Himeko OG's model, and I'll describe everything in as much detail as possible so you can still get a pretty clear picture of how she looks. Although of course, the outfit itself will naturally be different since this is still based on Himeko OG's appearance. Alright then, what exactly does Himeko SP's design look like? Let's start with her weapon. Unlike the original Himeko, who uses her iconic chainsaw suitcase, Himeko SP will apparently use a spear or lance as her main weapon this time. However, this isn't just an ordinary spear, it actually has the ability to transform. When it changes form, the spear will manifest a long red banner with the Trailblaze symbol on it, fluttering dramatically behind the weapon. Now let's move on to Himeko SP's physical appearance and outfit. Her iconic red hair is still retained, but with several adjustments that make her look even more elegant than before. Her hair appears slightly longer and more wavy compared to the original version, while the tips gradually darken into a maroon-like color. As for her outfit, there are quite significant changes, even though the overall color palette remains consistent with Himeko OG, namely the classic combination of red and white. Overall, Himeko SP will supposedly wear a white dress with a red inner layer beneath it. Honestly, the design somewhat reminds me of Tribiosa's overall appearance. If you look at Cyrene's outfit, for example, she wears a white and purple dress, while Himeko SP instead wears a white and red dress. And if compared more closely, the overall shape of the dress seems to have slight similarities to both Cyrene's design and Himeko OG's old outfit, although Himeko SP obviously has completely different ornaments and details. One of the most striking and iconic elements of Himeko SP's design is definitely her cloak. Just like the original Himeko, Himeko SP still wears a cloak as part of her outfit. However, this time the cloak comes in a very bold red color, replacing the black cloak from her original version. Interestingly enough, Galaxy Leaks mentioned that Himeko SP's red cloak might actually be inspired by the cloak worn by Teyana Taylor at the Met Gala 2025. To complete her overall appearance, Himeko SP still wears high heels just like the original version, but this time the color changes from black to gold. The overall combination of all these elements, the white and red dress, the red cloak, and the gold heels, makes Himeko SP look incredibly elegant, classy, and graceful. Alright, now let's return to discussing Himeko SP's spear weapon once again. What makes this spear even more interesting is the fact that it apparently has 3 different states or forms. These 3 states show the spear progressively changing shape, and each state seems to have its own unique visual characteristics. In addition to that, whenever the spear transforms, some kind of orb appears, and its appearance looks extremely similar to the new trace material for the erudition path that appeared in Beta 4.3. This visual detail is actually very significant because it indirectly serves as a strong clue that Himeko SP really will return as an erudition character. And according to information shared by HSR Italia, the 3 states of the lance or spear seem to align perfectly with what Sakura Haven previously mentioned regarding Himeko SP's kit. If you remember, Sakura Haven previously stated that Himeko SP would have 3 levels of enhanced basic attack. And now, with the existence of these 3 visual states on Himeko SP's spear, the credibility of that information becomes even stronger. And because her ultimate supposedly does not deal damage, it's very likely that Himeko SP's enhanced basic attack will instead be categorized as ultimate damage. This could also explain why Hoyoverse released a brand new relic set focused on ultimate damage DPS characters in Beta 4.3. And honestly, I'm also becoming even more excited to see the final version of Mortblade, because there's a very high chance he'll end up becoming a pre-sale support character specifically designed for Himeko SP. So yeah, that's basically the overall picture I can share regarding Himeko SP's model for now. I sincerely apologize for not being able to directly show the original images for safety reasons. But hopefully, the description and illustration I provided earlier are enough to help all of you imagine what Himeko SP will eventually look like. Although to be fair, I'm pretty sure some of you have probably already seen the images circulating around on X or other social media platforms. Alright, that's all for now, everyone. So, what do you think about today's discussion? Feel free to share your opinions, thoughts, and speculations in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this information with your friends who also play Honkai Star Rail. And make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any important updates in the future. See you in the next update.